What's going on, y'all? It's Jason Reviews, back at it again with another battle review. This time we're going to be reviewing Danny Myers versus Rum Nitty, the rematch. Highly anticipated battle since it happened. There's been a lot of hype saying it's a battle of the year contender. I really enjoyed the battle and I've been waiting to cover it. I don't know if I'm going to be posting this before my recap of UM5 this weekend. It's Saturday today, so it's going to happen later today. So, depending, you might get my recap of before this, vice versa. So, no guarantees, but I can't wait to get into this review. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. So, we're going to start right off, first round of Rum Nitty. And one thing I want to say that's really cool for those of you that have seen the first Danny Myers versus Rum Nitty on King of the Dot classic battle, and Nitty wore the the beanie in that battle, the Scully. So I think it's really cool that he brought it back. It's got the Balenciaga one, almost like an upgrade over time type of thing. Considering just how new both of them were, especially Rum Nitty during the first battle. So I thought that was a cool little thing that Nitty brought back. Kind of bringing back the gear from the first battle. But like I said, on Rum Nitty first. He starts out with Rock talk about the Rock, disrespecting Danny in the face-off. Rock crossed you with the face-off, like the and one, man. That was fire. He had a Dapper Dan bar. The setup even was, I think he had Prada, a couple references. One thing also for this review, guys, there's just too many bars to quote. I'm a big bar-for-bar breakdown guy. I did pick out a fair amount of bars, the biggest haymakers, and some others that I liked, but my review will not do justice for the amount of good writing there was in this battle. I mean, this is just incredible. This is the peak of writing in battle rap when you get battles like this with two of the best writers, in rare form. So if I miss a couple bars, if you feel like, I'm not naming every bar, it's literally because I can't physically. So, got the Dapper Dan bar. You can't call yourself the GOAT if I am alive. I thought that was cool. It's rare that we see Diddy get away from just the back-to-back punching. I do think he's more than that as a battle rapper, but he definitely has a punch-based style. A little. You can't be the GOAT if I'm alive. I like that. Kind of talking down his opponent. He had a Nipsey Hussle concept, Nipsey Hussle slap, right hand to God. Danny Myers calling himself the bar god. That was fire. He had a kind of a scheme with the stumbles and snake fight. Still in the belt if he stumbles. Something, I kind of butchered it a little bit, but that was pretty incredible. And then he had this Dan flips. You might have seen the viral clip. He flips Dan to DNA, NDA, Adian, the DA in the mix. There's all these different layers, so it's just crazy. I mean, just from pure writing, not just punching, but I mean like sound writing, intricacy. This is one of the best Nitties, in my opinion, ever. He really went outside the box for a lot of this. I think this is one of his more well-rounded performances of all time. The Vicky, he starts with the Vicky angle, so he even angles a little bit, talking about, Rock disrespecting Vicky, Mike disrespecting Vicky. Mike P, he said, I would have said last performance ever, Mike. This is it. That was fire. And then even had a little flip. Tay Rock called Danny's daughter Domino. She did a little flip. I'll have dominoes underground like Michelangelo. That was cool. But Danny came back on a million. This is Danny's best round of the battle. Absolute rebuttals out the gate. I can't be the GOAT because you're alive. Let's change that. There was a Water Boy bar in there from Rum Nitty. So Danny also rebutted that, saying, Water Boy, I gotta kill him because my mama said. That was fire. Then he had this Babylonian multi. It was pretty hilarious. It was a weird concept only Danny could get off. But it was good. Then that's when he gets in the haymakers. Extended clip. Let's just say I got an infinite. So that was fire. That was in the trailer. Tell Appy a fish to me. Tell Appy a fish to me. Tell Appy a fish to me. That was fire. Get caught with my homies got caught with DNA and ended up in a single cell. That science shit. That was fire. And next bar, it's probably his best bar, maybe in the battle. My homie hit 2 COs in the head with the baby. That's Coco Melon. By that point, I had already given Danny the round, and then he has Lima Bean in a time machine. Bow, bitch, welcome to the future. Obviously a reference from the Lima Bean time machine bar in the first battle. A funny bar. Some people say it's terrible. I actually like it. I don't think it's all time. I think it's a good haymaker. And then to come back here and flip it with the nostalgia, that was smart by Danny. And then, a lot of alien flips this battle from Danny too. I think people are really some people called Nitty the alien for a while, but now you're seeing alien flips, in abundance. And this battle is, I'd say most of the great name flips that Danny has this battle come from the alien moniker that Nitty has. And then was with the illegal aliens who literally had their mother shipped, disarm an alien like District 9. So Danny 1-0 clear. Rum Nitty had a very good first round as well, but it was like an avalanche. So this is 1-0 clear going into the second. And that's when we get back on Nitty in the second, and Nitty comes out with rebuttals. Now, Nitty has rebuttal before. He's rebuttal versus Chef Trez, rebuttal on Summer Impact, couple different events, but these are two fire. It's a little bit rare with him, and these were fire haymakers out the gate. Danny had a Nas bar, and he said, I gave him Nas till I hit Godson in the belly. That was crazy. And then he rebutted the Infinite bar. I got something about a gun. It's always something about a gun, Rum Nitty. And then it's not infinite, but if I hold it sideways, it looks like an 8. The infinity sign, 8 sideways. We have heard some 8 sideways bars before, but to rebuttal it on the spot like that to the infinite bar, 2 fire rebuttals to start his round, and he keeps that momentum. He had an angle about Danny not getting, it took forever for Danny to even get on URL, not even Lions Den. He said, you weren't in Fight Club, but you're going to be rhyming until you're 60. Fire. Then he flips, wasn't a rebuttal, but he flips the Lima Bean at a time machine bar. Nah, fam. Make you a vegetable with a stick like the Elope Man. For any of those that have, with the corn, that was crazy. That's another bar. I can't even say bar the battle candidates because it's so many haymakers for both of them here. But the Elope Man bar, or Elote Man, I think is how you pronounce it, ridiculous. Hop out, SoFi'd up, where you stay DM, SoFi Stadium. I have no idea. No one's thought of that before. That was fire. Said he shoots him, and his reactions are, yikes, I'm too cold. Then he died. Didn't even get that much love in the room, but I thought that was a haymaker as well. And then he's gonna try to pull it off and get violated like an ankle monitor. So we're just in the mix of one of those Rum Nitty seconds where it's just bar after bar after bar. They just don't get it till someone dies. It's like inheritance. This is a special writer, man. This is a special writer. And then on to Danny's second. Danny has a pretty big drop off from his first. Not a bad round. None of the rounds here are bad, but when you go up against a Rum Nitty second of that level, it's you have to bring another career round. He started out with a couple rebuttals that didn't hit the same. I didn't get them down word for word, but I remember that they didn't hit the same as Danny's first round rebuttals. And then he had a couple multis in there and a couple other good bars scattered up. Cracked the alien exterior, only the human remains. Thought that was fire. And they said they gave me a crip, not knowing this bitch is handicap accessible. So Danny had a couple cool lines in there, but it was clear for Nitty in the second. Very similar how it was clear for Danny in the first, where the other man had a decent round too, but it was just a complete overpowering, just craziness. So it was 1-1 clear going into the third and final round. So it's back on Nitty to start the third. Talk about they rushed Danny to the ER. Doc's trying to see if this full body of work, full body of work, that's incredible. It's just little lines like that, that just, man, it's special to write shit like that. Where, in my opinion, Rum Nitty is the best writer in the world in battle rap. Whether you think he's the best battle rapper in the world, obviously there's candidates that we could debate that back and forth, but it's just little lines like that, the inheritance line as well. It's just, how has nobody thought of these bars before? And he says them, and it would be someone else's bar of the night type shit. And here it's just another layer of his good writing. So I love the portfolio bar. He talked about trapping. I sold blow to Grams of Shake like the Holy Ghost. Grams of Shake, Holy Ghost, fire. Then he gets into a little rhyme pattern here. Like I said, this is one of the more well-rounded Nitties you're going to see. He experimented a lot with his pacing. He rebutted. He had some angling in there, or angle punching at least, which is, not normally his regular back-to-back name flipping he does. Just a lot. There's a lot of stuff. One of my favorite Rum Nitty performances, to be real with you, after 2 watches at that. 2 Ks, go through a brick wall, pick dodger, starts at, I believe it's they going to say you did this to yourself like stigmata. And he had another bar in the middle there in that flow pattern, like something about Hitman Holla's teeth, like got money and got the new choppers, like holla. So really cool little pacing, almost like a pocket that he caught there. When it get physical form, we ain't never seen God like that. Physical form, never seen God like that. Fire. I'll leave parallel on the side of the street. Just got to get my back end first. The parallel parking flip, that was crazy. I think calling Danny parallel is kind of funny, but since the wordplay is that crazy, we're going to let that slide on the one. You ruined your vibe trying to do hip hop weekly. He, doing a little magazine scheme in there, also applying it to Danny battling a fuck ton. And then same spot he caught me slipping is where Danny lay, brother. Maybe this was right around when DaBaby fucked up Danny Lay's brother. I know that's what they're referring to, but yeah, that bowling alley incident. And he on the ground with this shit like John Witherspoon. So haymakers all the way to the end. He even had a cool Ninja Turtle bar to close this round. And then it was on Danny's third. And Danny takes his own very creative approach. He rebuttals the magazine scheme, kind of blows by, but it was a pretty decent rebuttal. I just don't think the crowd really caught everything he said. He kind of rushed through it a little bit. And then he got into a very multi-heavy bag. Now, it's very hard for me to quote multis. Talked about them in this channel when I deal with, covering Aver battles and stuff like that. It's just, I'm not going to be able to pick it all out. It's not even typically something I like that much. They were good multis. But even the crowd, it is great rapping, but at some point there is just syllables going together. The internals and externals are dope, but I think he stretched out a little too long without something in the middle. It's just going to be hard for people to retain, a minute 20 straight of multis. Maybe some little punches to connect them in between, so it's a speed up, slow down. That's just my opinion on it, but if you're someone that loves multis, you're going to love Danny's third round. And then a couple bars at the end here. I directed the alien on Ridley Scott. That was fire. He had a little bit of some planetary stuff, a parallel universe. You never orbit my style. Give me Luxor. So definitely some cool references there on the planetary front. And then Danny has another one of those upfront lines like Nitty's inheritance bar. Force field. There's a clear separation between us. I love that. I thought that was amazing. And then right at the end here, he gets through some slight turbulence. It's not like full-on stumbles, but he stops rapping like dead quiet for 2 seconds and starts slowly rapping. You can tell he's trying to catch up. Like he just kind of forgot a little there. Nothing too major, but a little bit noticeable, especially in the third that a lot of people are considering close. And then his last bar, put my brother in the trunk, but I'm the one that felt despair tire. So it was dope, man. Danny had a pretty cool third as well. I will have to say, though, I think Nitty was just more well-rounded all the way around. Obviously, the multis, I think, went on a little bit too long, while you have Nitty with the John Witherspoon bar, the Portfolio bar, the Holy Ghost bar, the Brick Wall Pick Dodger, that whole rhyme pocket, the Parallel Universe, the Parallel Parking bar. I had Nitty. I'm not going to say winning the third clear, per se, because I think there is some preference that plays into it from who other people I've talked to who have Danny. But for me, I thought Nitty won the third comfortably. Take that for what it is, somewhere between an edge and clear. I just feel like he did enough where I can see the margin. But if you're like really into Danny's style and the multis, I suppose there's an argument that he got the third. But overall, both of them were fantastic. I had it Nitty 2, 1 second, and third. But in my opinion, this is up there with Bill Collector and Mac Myron for Battle of the Year. Bill Collector, Mac Myron, and Danny versus Nitty 2. For me, are the two best battles of the year so far. And with all that being said, guys, like I said, love this battle of the year candidate. I should have UM5 recap coming somewhere around here. So I don't know if it's going to get uploaded the day that I'm recording it right now, or if you guys are going to get back-to-back posts on on Sunday and Monday. But yeah, great battle, great for both these gentlemen. And it'll definitely affect where they might be on some of these Champion of the Year trackers, how people are talking to them going into this crazy summer that we got going forward. Looking forward to more Gnome announcements. I'm going to have some Gnome content coming out, so expect in the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're definitely going to get some videos that are very Gnome-based. And yeah, guys, it's been Jason Reviews again, and I'm out of here. Peace.